I would like to greet our hosts and all participants. My name is MIRA ZOVKO and I'm coming from Ministry of Tourism and Sport, and I will briefly show you some new instruments which are compatible with the protecting area management plans. So this is the very brief content, but I will start from the baseline. Here is a picture when we can see that our land ecosystems, which are forest, cropland, grassland, and also the wetlands, support the food and biodiversity. They are source of supply, but also the source of the sink of the CO2 emissions. It's very important to look at this data. The land ecosystems mitigate approximately 70% of all total emissions of CO2 that are produced by a variety of economic sectors. Here is very briefly what is the Protected Areas Management Plan, and we also see that we have to establish through this plan the consensus between stakeholders. Sometimes it's very challenging because this is a dynamic system and it's open to not only for the natural but also for the anthropogenic influences. Protecting areas in the context of sustainability management is that we should have not only objectives according to UCN guidelines, but also it's very important to look at the protecting area management plan in the context of environmental management. Recently, there is a lot of instruments and schemes that could provide benefit for the management of protected areas. This is very important from the tourist perspective because we know that tourism is a sector that comprises from a lot of services and products. So in that manner, we want to highlight that the basis, the fundament of the tourism is nature. It's interesting, especially in this COVID crisis, that there is growing interest in protected areas, especially interest of isolated destinations. And there is a growing environmental awareness of consumers. This is yearly 10 to 20%, and it's a very we are very supportive for this trend. Here we have pillars or building blocks of this synergy, which I'm going to present. On the left side we have protected management plans, in the middle we have environmental management and audit scheme, and on the right, green consumption pledge. It's a new pledge provided by the European Commission according to the Consumers Agenda. New Consumers Agenda put emphasis on the carbon footprint, and it's the document from the last November, and green consumption pledge is voluntary as the voluntary instrument that could develop better resource efficiency and also to help production companies and the companies in the retail sector to measure carbon footprint. Benefits from this synergy. We also want to show that benefits are improved nature conservation. For example, we can use methodology from EMAS or from the GCP to monitor some resource efficiency or sustainable consumption in production, especially in touristic areas which are in connection with the protected area sites. They are in or out of the protected areas. Okay, so also we can improve climate change mitigation by the measurement of the carbon footprint according to GCP, but also the EMS also has indicator for the measurement of CO2 emissions. Also, the sustainable tourism practice it's very important, and also related informations that are very accessible in this digital area for the public announcements. Here we have green consumption pledge, and you will see, for example, Dancer produce full electric buses, which could be bought by the protected area sites or tourist destination that are near the public area. Also, Philips is already achieved carbon neutrality for its own operation, and there is a lot of producers and retailers that are in line with this pledge. Here is one of the examples of the good practice in Italy. Montavi Natural Park provide synergy between ecosystem services in protected areas and eco-management audit scheme. Leaflet is also here, so if you want you can use it for, I don't know, for some additional information or maybe for the implementation of this voluntary scheme. And finally, here are the conclusions and recommendations. So I will like to emphasize that protected area management plans and these two instruments could be effective tool for defining and implementing strategy of nature conservation for the sustainable practice in all touristic destinations which are inside or outside of the protected areas. Also for including sustainable consumption and production by introducing products and services or vehicles, whatever, from these organizations, that corporation that produce according to GCP, and also it's effective tool for the informative and educational activities related to the carbon footprint. For the support of sustainable plans for touristic activities, especially in this COVID situation. Also for the improving stakeholders and tourists to make more sustainable choices, for providing benefits of the attractiveness of sustainable tourism, which we support. I would like to finish with the quote of the Kraft from 2016. Environmental management minimize operational costs and leads to improvement of ecosystem resilience. Thank you very much for your attention.